guess Rogers is busy again, right?
Yeah, man, I don't know what happened to him, but oh man, I gotta fix my window.
Yeah. Make sure your audio works and everything. It works, right?
It looks like it's working.
All right.
Yeah, we're hot. All right,
All
we're
right.
finally back on. So welcome everybody to the First Inning Radio Show. And yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. We got Michael
Yep.
Caputo here. He's gonna give us your insights. And
Okay.
the big
How you doing?
thing, the big thing I think we're gonna talk about is whether or not Aaron Boone should be fired from the Yankees. That's the big thing
Okay.
I see, along with like
I think we should get fired.
with the other YouTubers making videos, they're all talking about fire Aaron Boone and this and that.
Yeah.
But I think it's not really Aaron Boone's fault. It's the damn players.
Yeah.
But
But
I think they should get rid of the players and not the
yeah, I think
manager,
Aaron
in
Boone's
my
gotta
opinion.
go. If they don't make the playoffs this year at all, he's definitely gotta get fired.
You know what? That's the case that they're making. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and try to defend the guy. You know what I mean? Even though,
You
who
could if
cares?
you want, but if you want it back again next year, be prepared because they're not gonna make the playoffs again next year too. Then if you want
That's
this guy
another
back.
good point. That's another good point.
Yeah.
But the only good point about him is, well, the bad point about the Yankees is that they're an analytical team, you know?
Yeah.
And the number one thing about Boone is he's an analytical guy,
Yeah.
that we know from ESPN and this and that. So he's pretty analytical, but you got to understand one thing. Um, we just spoke about this. It took 10 years. 10 years already. They haven't won nothing. No World Series, no nothing. And they were basing that on analytics before they
10
even
years, 12
spoke
years,
about
12 years, yeah.
analytics. So they were basically copying the movie Moneyball and seeing if that worked for the Yankees, which, if you're an analytic person and if you're analytical, you would understand that what we're doing for the last 10 years has not worked. You know what I'm saying? So we have to change the whole mindset of this analytical game and bring back the entertainment to baseball. I think, in my opinion. I mean, we got to find guys that can hit, that can steal bases, and play defensively. You know what I mean? Offense, defense, and aggression on the base pads.
Yeah.
But the Yankees don't want to do that, man. Man. And you know what? They got the trade deadline coming up Friday. This Friday, April.
I don't expect them
July
to do something.
30th.
Yeah, July 30th, 4 o'clock. So that day we'll do. We'll probably get updates on what trades are gonna go down. It looks like Scherzer's getting traded in 48 hours. Jason Stark reported on Twitter that there's 8 teams on him. So it looks like he's going to one of those teams: Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rays, Mets, and Rays. So yeah, it's one of those teams. I think it's going to be the Dodgers or Padres.
Yeah, and that's another thing for all these Yankee fans that thinks that we need these position players like Gallo, Marte, and you're an idiot. I gotta say you're an idiot because you know for a fact the Yankees need pitching, man.
And
Come on.
And don't forget bullpen. Yeah, pitching and bullpen.
We need a starting pitcher because the Yankees cannot continue bullpen games every fifth time that they do that. Come on.
Thank you for going on a rant like that. And thank you
Hello.
for enlightening me.
I mean,
thank you.
I mean, these
Let's
Yankees.
just put this out there now. I hope that Brian Cashman is listening to the show.
They
or whatever
do.
Yankee front office brass is listening, because they usually do listen. Go out and get starting pitching. Go get Luis Castillo. Get me Kyle Hendricks. Those are the guys. Those are the only 2 guys that I can think of that I want, man. Because Scherzer's gone. He's probably going to the Dodgers and the Padres. So that's it. Get one of those 2 guys. I don't want Kyle Gibson.
Right. But you know what? The Yankee fan will say, "Oh, but the season's over. The season's over." Okay, the season's over. I get it. But let's build it up for next year.
Yeah.
Let's get a guy now, that we can maybe help us through the road and we can see how he plays. And then through the winter, you get more guys to help the starting rotation, bullpen, etc., and we continue on.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, man, I don't know, man. These guys, a lot of these YouTube videos, man, these
Yeah, if
YouTubers,
you listen
man,
to
are
like
like
John Boy and them, they're all like brain dead. They don't know anything about the game. They just think that it's like I don't
they
know.
don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know. They know we need pitching. Pitching's like the number one thing here. We obviously the offense has been horrible throughout the whole season. The bullpen's now the nightmare of why this team can't win. But I still say go after starting pitching, and you definitely need a bullpen. I would blow up the bullpen. The whole bullpen sucks. They need to revamp that bullpen.
Listen, yes, get rid of bullpen players, and you use them to get starting pitching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Yeah,
get rid of
that's a good idea.
Chapman.
Maybe they could trade Chapman or Britton.
Get rid of them
Luis
guys. They
Castillo or
suck.
Kyle Hendricks. Yeah, that would be a
They
good idea.
suck. They're unreliable. We know that. Look at Ottavino the other day for Boston, right? We got rid of Ottavino, and we know Ottavino gives up the walks and blows the game. When Ottavino came into the game for Boston, I was like, he's going to give up the walk and blow the game. And that's exactly what he did. You know, so we know these guys' MO. You know, we know these guys' MO. Chad Green, we know his MO. He pitches well for 1 or 2 games, blows the game the next one. Britton, he'll blow the game sometime or another. Chapman, he'll blow it. Lewasica, he'll blow it. Nestor Cortez, I could say for now, he's been pitching well, but who knows? He'll have a chance to blow the game. Who knows?
Yeah, this guy Bryson Barber says I'm going to my first Yankee game next Thursday. Good luck, buddy, because the Yankees aren't making the playoffs this year.
Oh, we'll see you there. We'll see you there, Bryson. I'll be at the game with Roger, the big Yankee fan, that Thursday.
Yeah, hope you have fun because the Yankees ain't going nowhere this year.
Yeah, drink a lot of beer, bro. That'll get you through the innings. But you know, at this point in time, man, they gotta start focusing on next year. You know, that's my opinion.
I don't know what these trades are like for. I don't know what the point of it is. They're not going to make the playoffs anyways. All right, we're 3.5 out of a wild card, but I still don't think we're going anywhere. This series here, this is the end for them. If they lose to Tampa, this is the wild card they're fighting for now because the division they're done. This is the wild card. If they lose 2 out of 3, it's over. We'll get swept. That's it. Then they're like 7 out of the wild card. So that's it. There's no sense in making any trades this Friday. It really is. It's like pointless.
There really isn't because I mean, at this point in time, nobody's gonna help this team. Period.
I mean, did Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner not watch the series against the Red Sox? I mean, they saw what happened. We lost 3 out of 4. We blew that game when Domingo Germán was pitching a no-hitter. They should have won that game. That was pathetic. That was just when you think we couldn't get any worse. Like just when you think the Angel or the Met loss or the Astro loss was worse, it just gets worse. This was a worse loss. Just the whole season. That's old. I mean, it just gets worse and worse. I mean, it just never ends. Just when you think that we couldn't get any worse, it just gets worse. It's just
this has been an ongoing. Shout out to Henry and Yankee Highlights. I'll be there Friday the 6th as well for the bobblehead. So I'll see you guys on the 6th too. But I'll be there the whole week with Baltimore and Seattle. But this has been an ongoing nightmare. You know,
the whole season.
From 18, 19, 20, 21. 4 years in a row, this has been going on.
Actually, 5 years if you want to include 17 because we blew it that year too. I'm talking about, like, I mean, this whole season has been just a debacle. Yeah, all the 5 years we lost in the playoffs. At least we got to the playoffs. This team can't even get to the playoffs.
Nah, man. And you know what? 2017, talk about 2017. 2017 is the year I really believed in this team, man.
Yeah.
I really believed in the team,
I thought
man.
they were the best team out of the 5 years. And we had a 5-year window to win it, and we blew it. And losing to the Red Sox this weekend was that was it. I mean, 3 out of 4, that was the end. That was the end.
And you know, I thought 2018 they were gonna get it at least. And
yeah,
still,
I thought all those years. I thought one of those years they would take it, like one championship. They were good enough to win. They could have won at least one. They couldn't even do that.
I mean, everybody was hot in that time. Gary Sanchez was hot. Everybody was hot, man. In them years,
they were a better team. They had I don't know. I don't know what happened to this team. Aaron Boone just really got worse and worse as the years went on. I mean, in the beginning, he wasn't too bad. He was like, all right. But then once 2000, I think last year was the beginning of the end for him. That's when he really looked like he wasn't a manager no more. in the beginning he was kind of holding it down a little bit. Even though I was never crazy for this guy, now he sucks. It seems like he got old overnight. This guy, he can't manage no more.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I mean,
I don't think he was. I don't think he was never. I don't think he was ever a good manager. But now you could tell this guy really has no business being the manager anymore.
yeah, it seems like the Yankee management has a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said
This
before,
guy couldn't take him to one championship, though. That's pretty bad, though. You're on this team now for 4 years. He couldn't take this team to one World Series, not even get to the World Series. One. Not one.
no, we haven't even made it past the division.
They only made it to the ALCS twice with him, Aaron Boone. That's it. Well, no, once. He made it to the ALCS with them once in 2019, and all the other years they lost in the first round. Joe Girardi, they made it to the ALCS. Remember before, Boone came in, they made it to the ALCS in 17. But with Aaron Boone, it was only the once. That's it.
And you know what? That was when Steinbrenner was still alive. So basically, they ain't never win a championship when after the death of Steinbrenner. Let's put it that way.
No, yeah, it was never the same. I don't know. People look past that and say that you don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, this team has never been the same after he passed away.
They haven't. They weren't. They weren't the same. Never the same. Never the same. I mean,
2010 was like the downfall of the team. They fell apart.
And in 2009, we got lucky.
Yeah.
You know, because the Yankees were like in it, but they were out of it too. You know what I mean? But they stayed. They stayed competitive.
If they're going to make it, I don't think so. They say, "Are we still going to make it?" Now the answer is no. No, the Yankees aren't making the playoffs.
No, they don't even deserve to be in the playoffs playing like that, man.
Yeah.
They don't deserve to, because do you really want the Yankees to make it to the playoffs and get shut out in the first game or get swept like they did in previous?
Just so they could lose again? Nah, I don't want them to make it so they could lose again.
And listen, okay, we go to the playoffs, right? We go to the playoffs, right? Game 1, Garrett Cole, right? Who the hell you gonna put for game 2? Who? Nobody. Jordan Montgomery? He could blow the game at any moment too. He might not even make it out of the first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't trust any of these guys. James
Nobody. We have only one guy that can say, all right, we can win with this guy, Garrett Cole.
Well, that's it.
Right? That's it. I mean,
you still don't feel confident with those rotation, even though people say, "Oh, it's better now." But still, though, it looks good now. But this has been the whole entire season for this team. Like it's I told you, it's not one thing; it's another. Now the rotation looks good. The bullpen sucks. Now next will be the offense. Then after that again, it'll be the rotation. Then it's the managing. Right now it's the bullpen and Aaron Boone. Now what's going to be next? It's going to rotate back to the other thing again. The offense is going to be bad. They're never going to click on all cylinders. These next 2 months are going to end like this. That's it. The way the season started is the way it's going to end. That's it.
Yeah, I believe so too, man. I mean, this is
the
terrible.
way the season started is the way we're going to end the season. That's it. They started like this and they're going to end like this. That's it. They're a bad team, man.
That's like how we saw them play against Boston. That's how we're going to end the season, man. They're going to be up winning the game and blow it in the 8th after a damn no-hitter. Come on, man. Like, really? Like, who does that? The Yankees? You know, right?
And they made another terrible trade last night. Larry, what's his name again? Oh, that pitcher from the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just said his name.
Oh, I just have it on here. Hold on a minute. I got it on my...
Garbage. Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, Clay Holmes. Another horrible trade from Cashman. Another terrible trade. He doesn't know what he's doing, this guy. He just gets all these losers. Always gets underachievers. Always thinks that making the low-risk trades are going to work out for us when it never does. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, man. He just does it to piss the fans off. He really does.
He doesn't know what the hell he's... Oh, wait, I got Roger calling in. Hold on a minute. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, perfect. Yeah, man, you're on the air. What's going on?
Okay. I'm sorry. I got delayed. but things are going pretty good, and I just wanted to check in. Hello, Michael. And,
How you doing?
And I wanted to say I'm sorry I got delayed, but yes, I'll tell you, the Yankees did lose 3 out of 4 to the Red Sox, but they could have easily won 3 out of 4.
Or split.
With the meltdowns of the bullpen on Thursday night and on Sunday. And that was pretty horrible, the way Domingo Germán was pitching a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. And Loaisiga, who's pitching for the second day in a row, Loaisiga did not have it at all. And it was shocking, again, the way the Red Sox scored 5 runs to take that lead. But it could have been a case of where the Yankees took 3 out of 4, but they had major bullpen meltdowns again.
It's true, man. I mean, this team is horrible, man. I mean, there's really nobody. And we were just talking about. Me and Michael were just talking about this right now. The guys were like, "You think the Yankees can still make it to the playoffs or win the playoffs?"
There's
Blah blah
nobody
blah.
that's going to make this team get into the playoffs. Scherzer was the only one. Now he's going to. I think it looks like the Dodgers and Padres. There's 8 teams on him, by the way. Scherzer's getting traded within 48 hours. By the way, he's going to one of the 8 teams. I was telling Frank: Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Rays, Red Sox, Blue Jays, or Houston. So buckle up. Wherever he goes, they're going to be a great team.
Right, so if the Yankees make it to the playoffs, right, we got Game 1, Garrett Cole, right? Who are you going to put for Game 2 and 3? If they make it, who are you going to put for Game 2 and 3? And, you know, Montgomery, he's not even going to make it out of the first, second, or third inning. You know we're going to be losing already once you put these guys in. So they got it.
The only hope now is they are just 2 games out of the second wild card in the loss column. And they have 3.5 out total. 2 games out there from Seattle and Oakland. And really, the only thing we have to root for is for them to just try to make that wild card and then go from there. But that is really...
Well, this series is a big one. If they lose to Tampa Bay, then that's pretty much over because they'll be 7 out of the wild card. Right now, they're 3.5. They'll be if they get swept. Forget the wild card or anything this season. I mean,
I know, and also I guess you guys have talked about that too. The Yankees have made a trade offer for Trevor Story, and they've made a trade offer. I don't have the details on that, but also they made a very underwhelming move. They traded for a relief pitcher, Clay Holmes, who has a high-level fastball but gives up a lot of WAR. Has a 4.93 earned run average, and they gave up John Park, who's actually killing it quite a bit in the minor leagues, and they gave up John Park for this Clay Holmes, and I really don't know how great a trade that was.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This guy Holmes, if you read the thing, he has an ERA of 5.57.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. And they gave up a
horrible trade. Yeah, I heard about the Trevor Story thing. It's not official, though. I don't think he went to the Yankees yet. They
made an offer for him. They've made an offer, and that's where that stands as of right now. And of course,
honestly, I'm not excited about that trade. We needed pitching. I mean, they're not going to get a pitcher. They're just going to get Trevor Story, and that's it. And it was a stupid trade.
Yeah, because... From what if you read the 3rd paragraph here on the screen here, they're telling you they bought this guy based on analytics. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
Because they say Holmes.
5 ERA. Why does Cashman always get these losers though? Wandy Peralta.
Look.
Sal Romano, whatever his name is. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna tell you why they got him. I'm gonna tell you why they got him. Based on analytics, they say Holmes' calling card is his sinker, which can top 98 miles per hour, averages 95, and well as 5.3 inches more drop than ever before, tied with new teammate Zach Britton near the top of the MLB leaderboard. So that's the reason why they got him. They only got him based on analytics. You know what I'm saying? So, oh wait, I think we lost Roger. What happened? Okay. But yeah, so basically they only got him on analytics.
Having signal problems all day.
Okay, but yeah, man. So Basically, they only got this guy off analytics, man. They didn't basically get him off
Yeah, well,
of,
that was a horrible trade. I don't know how anybody can be doing
you know.
jumping jacks over that trade. And if that's the only trade the Yankees make, they should be completely exterminated if that's the only trade they make at the deadline.
And also in the game on Sunday, Aaron Boone was even questioning himself. And you have to question what kind of a baseball man Aaron Boone is, because he played the infield back. He played the corners in, third and first. And the infield back at this point was Zach Britton in the game. And Zach Britton is not a strikeout pitcher. He's a pitch-to-contact pitcher. And he played the infield back, guaranteeing that the Red Sox could hit a low grounder and score the tying run. So that is a very questionable move by Boone.
That whole entire that whole way he managed was horrible. He should have left Domingo Germán in. You don't take the guy out because he broke up the no-hitter. You leave him in. He should have.
It was only one hit. He only gave up.
Early.
Yeah, he only gave up one hit. And
that's it. You don't take the guy out. I don't get what the whole point of that was. I mean, they would have won if they didn't take him out of the game. They probably most likely would have won the game, and then they put Jonathan Lawise again, who had nothing. Guy had nothing. Just couldn't get anybody out.
Boone practically pulled the muscle going up the dugout steps to get him out. He was so itching to get Germán out, and it was crazy that he was like that. Germán was in total control, and he just said give up the double to Verdugo, and you just let him go a little bit longer. But Boone was like almost praying that Germán would give up a hit so he can pull him. He pulled him out after he gets up one hit.
And you know what? I remember.
Yeah, he couldn't wait.
Remember Roger calling me and telling me that Michael Kay was on the TV saying that Aaron Boone wasn't gonna let him go that far anyway, even though he was pitching the no hitter perfect game, whatever.
Right.
So this is serious.
Boone might have even taken him out when he was pitching a no hitter.
Yeah.
Well, then that's pathetic. Then just that alone, he should have been fired. I mean, I'm sorry, but no more chances for this guy. We've had him for 4 years already, Boone. I think this is going to be the end for him this season. They don't make the playoffs, which it looks like it's going to happen. He's gone. I mean, that's it. He couldn't even take this team to a World Series. I mean, Torre and Girardi won championships with this team. Torre won in his first season. Girardi won in the second season. This guy's been here for 4 years now, and he hasn't even taken them to the World Series. And it's the fourth season.
At this point in time for this year, the Yankees have been very underwhelming. Very disappointing.
Hey, this team, watching this team is like being in prison. That's what it feels like.
For real, man. It's sad, man, because the Yankees have become the laughing stock of baseball pretty much at this point in time. I mean, to wear the pinstripes as a Yankee is a joke now.
Yeah, they're a joke. They're becoming the Baltimore Orioles.
And these losses, there's been 6 of them now, where the bullpen has blown leads with 4 runs or more. I mean,
they had the most blown saves. Their bullpen.
What losses are they going to have?
Just when you think that we couldn't have had a worse loss, then another one comes in. It's just one after the next. It's crazy.
It's coming like once a week.
It is like once a week. Yeah, it is. It is once a week. Every weekend.
Bullpen has the most blown saves in all baseball, so that goes to tell you right there about the bullpen.
Right, exactly. And tonight's game is going to be Montgomery going, and they don't score any runs for Montgomery. Montgomery is
it's a poor guy. Never gets any run support.
And
he's pitching pretty well.
McClanahan is going for the Rays at 4 wins and 3 losses and a 3.88 earned run average, and that's how they are going there. And I think the game. Is it a 7 o'clock start tonight or a 6 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. I think it's 7. It's always usually 7.
Right. Let me check on that. But I'll tell you, these worst losses, they've had 6 of them absolute meltdowns on the bullpen.
Yeah, the Angels, the Astros. I thought that was the worst one. The Mets, the Red Sox, and I think they lost 2 more. They had about 6 devastating losses. That's enough to not make the postseason. That's it. You have 6 brutal losses like that. See you later. You're not making the playoffs.
And when you think about it, because of the second wild card, The Yankees are
I know, but
only 2 out in the loss column, and they are.
But they got to chase over the Oakland A's, though. They're not catching Tampa and Oakland.
They can't even beat none of those teams. The Yankees can't beat none of those teams.
Seattle is better than the Yankees. The Mariners have a better record than the Yankees. Did you ever think that was going to happen? The Seattle Mariners are a last place team.
Could you imagine that? Huh?
It is.
Mariners.
Oakland are the 2 teams ahead of them for the second wild card.
Yeah, I don't think they're even going to catch Seattle. Seattle is 55 and 40 something. I mean, they're even better than the Yankees. I can't believe it. I never thought I'd see the day that the Mariners were going to be a more exciting team than the Yankees. This team was a bottom-feeding team for many years, the Mariners. Now, all of a sudden, that's how this season, just nothing is going the Yankees' way. It's almost like a COVID, hangover. They just made it into the playoffs last year by the skin of their teeth. Almost didn't make it. Now they're not going to make it this year. It's almost like the continuation of last season. It's the same exact. They underperformed last year, too,
I mean, call me crazy or not, but I think the season went downhill after they got the Johnson & Johnson shot at Yankee Stadium for COVID.
Yeah, I think it was already over, but that COVID thing really screwed them.
I'm just saying, they were playing very well before they got the shot. And after they got that shot...
I mean, they were 7 games, 8 games down, but now they're just... Forget it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Right.
They were posed to make a big run, but then that COVID outbreak again, which we didn't need, that was the last thing we needed. And now that pretty much put the Yankees on the sidelines again. It just as the season wasn't worse enough, it just made that even worse. And I just nothing's going their way. It's just not their season, and not having that type of a season.
No, I mean nothing is gelling at all. Nothing is coming together for these Yankees, man. At all.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. They're very highly doubtful they're going to make it this year. It doesn't look good. It's slim. It's very, very. They have a very slight chance. They have 20%. I think most people, experts, are saying they have a 15 to 20% chance to make the playoffs. That's not good.
That's where it stands right now, and it really is the case. We're even taking 2 out of 3 from Tampa Bay. It's not enough. They would have to sweep Tampa Bay, and that.
They have to win every game, man. They have to win every single game from here on out. They can't afford to go in any more slumps. This team can't afford a 4 or 5 game losing streak. They have to go on a massive tear. They have to win like 10 or 12 in a row. That's the only way. There's no way they're going to go on. I mean, I just don't see it with this team. They're too inconsistent. They take 3 steps forward and 3 steps back. They just they're too inconsistent.
It really does come down to it, Michael. They really are only 2 games out of the second wild card.
Yeah, I get that, but
and 3.5 total. And
but they also have to, but they have to leapfrog over 3 or 4 teams, and 3.5 games is a lot in August. That's a big lead
for the second wild card.
But still, though, that's a pretty big lead though for August. That's
Seattle.
Yeah, but it also could end in a blink of an eye if they lose the series. They'll really be done.
Yeah, if they start losing more games.
Why are we looking forward to the trading deadline? I think they're just making these trades for next season. The Yankees are saying they're buyers, but little do they know they're really sellers. I don't know what they're going to buy, who they're going to trade for. I mean, they're just basically building these trades up for next season, I think. I don't think they're doing anything this year. They just built it.
That's what they should be doing, man, because this season is a waste.
I mean, they needed a shortstop, I guess, so they get Trevor Story. They need a left and a center fielder. I don't know if they're going to get those things. They need starting pitching. They're going to probably get 1 or 2 things, and that's it. I don't be surprised if the only trade they make is Trevor Story, and that's it. I don't know if they're probably not going to do anything else.
I mean, nobody's even at this point in time. Nobody's even worth getting because the season's pretty much over, man. I mean, they're not coming back.
And there's Yankee fans out there. I don't know how these fans are so going. I know we're like only 3.5 out of the wild card, but that's a pretty big deficit to be in August. I mean, what 3.5 is a lot. I mean, you got to leapfrog over like a couple of good teams there.
Especially the way they're playing.
6 or 7 out, but 3.5 is I think if the Yankees had a 3.5 game lead in the wild card, they pretty much would cruise the rest of the way. 3.5 is it's not like a massive like blow, but that's a big lead for a wild card lead. 3.5 is I don't know if we're going to catch.
Not really, because it's only 2 in the loss column. Losses
I know, but there's only 2 months left. I mean, you think one of these teams are going to collapse? I mean, Oakland or Seattle would have to lose five in a row. That's going to be. I don't know if that's going to happen. Oakland and Seattle are good teams.
I'm just saying, it doesn't. They're not going to win the division, and this is really all we have left to root for. So,
I know the division is over. Obviously, I know that. Tell me about it. I mean, tell me something I don't know. The division is over. It's not 9.5 hours. I mean, if you think we're going to win the division at this point, you got to be out of your mind. The division's over.
With this series coming up with Seattle next week, if they can beat Seattle, man, they'll be in the wild card. If they beat Tampa Bay, which it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to beat because look, Tampa Bay is number 1 in the wild card. So right now they have to beat Tampa Bay. They have to beat Tampa Bay, and they're gonna have to beat Seattle when they roll in too, to even have a shot.
And they couldn't even take advantage.
Say what?
It appears, I've got MLB.TV on. It appears that it's a 6:05 start tonight.
Oh, that's good. So they're starting. They're playing now.
Yeah, they're getting ready to start within the next several minutes. It appears I've got MLB.TV on, and the event will begin shortly. So it appears that it will be like a 6:05.
I was just gonna say the Yankees. As far as trades go, because we were talking about the trades. So what trades do you see going down? I mean, in terms of trades, Scherzer's going to get traded in overnight. He's going to get traded to the Padres, the Dodgers, most likely. So that looks like that's going to be the big blockbuster trade for the deadline.
Right, and of course the Padres. I'll tell you, the Padres are eating the Yankees' lunch as far as the things that they're doing. I'll tell you,
they might win the World Series this year. I won't be surprised the Padres win it all.
The game is at 7:10. Not 6:10.
Oh, is it 7:10?
Yeah, 7:10. I have it on the screen now. Yeah, 7:10.
I wonder why a different time zone. That will begin shortly on right now.
Yeah, MLB.
It's probably all.
Yeah, but okay, all right, but really all we have now is possibly getting the second wild card. I mean, the Yankees had played so poorly for 4 months. They had 6 devastating losses. They've been underwhelming. They've underachieved. They're next to last in hitting in the American League, and to even still be within the striking distance of the second wild card is rather amazing.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, well, you know what? Be prepared for a monsoon because if the Yankees don't make the playoffs, all the haters are going to come out and say you guys had a $220 million payroll and couldn't even get to the playoffs. Be prepared because I'm prepared for all the. I'm prepared for all the hate coming.
I understand. But really, I mean, the 2 devastating losses against Boston there, the 3-1 lead on Thursday where Chad Green blows it. And hitter on Sunday, the Yankees could have easily ended up winning 3 out of 4, but they had major meltdowns again at the end of the game.
All they do is have major meltdowns. Don't be surprised if they have another major meltdown tonight. They have to lead and then another. I don't trust anybody in this bullpen anymore. Chapman, Britton, Green. I was telling Frank they should sell the bullpen. I would revamp the whole entire bullpen. Their bullpen's no good.
I would sell them.
Trust any of these guys.
Sell them for starting pitchers and work your way back.
Right, I was saying to DX Palmer on Sunday that, this time it was Loizaga who choked, but if it wasn't Loizaga who would choke, then you bring in Chapman, Britton, he would choke, or Chapman would choke.
And Green.
It almost seems like manifest destiny. You follow what I mean?
Yeah, first it was the offense, then it was the rotation, now it's the bullpen and the manager. I don't know what's going to be next, but it's a rotation of horrible things that happen. The rotation actually, as much as I'm not crazy about it, it's actually doing pretty good. Now it's the bullpen. The bullpen is the problem right now.
Right.
That's why we're in the hole that we're in.
Anyway, I wanted to say, Michael, I'm very excited. I'll be seeing DX Palmer in less than a week. We're going to be meeting one another at the McDonald's across from Yankee Stadium and checking into my hotel, and we're going to get pizza and see the Yankee-Oriole game that night. Then the next night, we're going to see the Yankees and the Orioles together. And then the night after that, we're going to see the Somerset Patriots, and we're going to take the train. And then the night after that, we're seeing the Yankees and the Seattle Mariners. So I have a very big, exciting trip coming up in deep with BX Bomber at the beginning of next week.
Yeah,
sounds cool.
Hopefully, the Yankees could win those games, man.
Right, exactly.
You know, the Yankees might not. I mean, it looks like the Yankees aren't going anywhere, but I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to, as I said on Instagram, the Yankees are going to do whatever they're going to do. I'm just going to go to the games, enjoy being with BX Bomber, enjoy Yankee Stadium and the atmosphere, and whatever the Yankees do, they do.
I'm glad I didn't go to any Yankee games this year. I'm glad I think I guess it wasn't meant to be this year. I didn't go to no games. I'm glad I didn't. I wanted to go to at least maybe one game, but I'm not doing that now. I'm glad I stayed away. Who knows? It was going to be a disaster season.
For real, man. Who knew it was gonna be like that, man?
Nobody saw that coming. I didn't anticipate that. I mean, they had their ups and downs. They always do, the Yankees, but I didn't think it was going to turn into this. Problem with them is you forgot the elephant in the room. The Yankees always get off to bad starts to start their season. Turns out this was one of those starts that they never recovered from. They always get off to awful starts at the beginning of the year. They have a 5-10 start. They always get off to bad starts. Maybe that's why they just never recovered. They can't get off to horrible starts, the Yankees. They just can't.
Well,
they can't afford to do that.
They actually got off to a very good start where they were something like 10-2 or 10-3.
They were off to their best start in their franchise last year. They were. But then they completely collapsed.
Right.
Yeah. True.
So even if they get off to a great start, they still fall apart. So. But that was just that's their MO though. They don't get off to good starts. They can't do that next year. They get off to another bad start, then we're gonna have a long season again next year.
Yeah,
they can't.
They need a good start. Yeah, man. They can't do like the old Yankees and have bad starts and keep continuing. They can't.
Oh,
do that.
That's the problem with they're notorious for awful starts. They can't get out of the cage. They can't get out of the they can't come out of the gate quick. They just don't know how to. They can't get off to a quick start. They gotta knock it out quick. If they do that again, they're gonna be in trouble again next year. They get off to notorious horrible starts. They're known for that. They're lucky they made the playoffs these last 5 years.
That's
right.
solely
I mean, if it wasn't for the eighth wild card yesterday, by the way, with the contract negotiations between the league and Major League Baseball, some things that may be happening is they may be doing away with the man on second base for extra innings.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
Double headers, but they may be bringing back the expanded 16-team playoff.
Oh, well, to be honest with you, I don't know if that's really going to help them either. They helped them last year. If they didn't have that last year, they wouldn't have made it. But they only got to the playoffs the last 5 years because they hit home runs. That's it. They
got lucky.
Just bash everybody.
One thing I will have to say, though, Michael, is I do believe that guys like Greg Allen and some of the and Ryan Lamar and Esteban Florio have added some excitement to this team, and they did
until Aaron Boone managed. They did until Aaron Boone started to manage, and then that's when everything went downhill.
But Greg Allen, I'm very impressed with the way Greg Allen has played. And Lamar has done a decent job. And
I like the way they were playing. They were playing with a lot of energy and fun. It reminded me of 2019, next man up. But then as soon as Aaron Boone throws in the bullpen, everything goes downhill. They collapse.
Yeah, they questioned that move about having the infield back in the middle on Sunday, because they guaranteed the tying run would score, and it's not
that game was just horrible. That was just a
dream in something who was a strikeout pitcher. Zach Britton pitches the contact, and so with the infield playing back, that almost guarantees that the run would score.
Yeah, Zach Britton is a ground ball pitcher. That's why he never throws a strike, that guy. You ever see that guy throw a strike? He always throws like a ground ball. He never could get like strikeouts. It's always double plays. He's been injured this year, and he's been a disappointment. And very disappointing.
The bullpen was supposed to be one of the strengths of the Yankees.
All their relievers look bad now. Yeah, Chapman has a 4 ERA. Britton has an 8 ERA. Their bullpen is their problem. Green has I think now Green has a bad ERA now. It's like everybody in their bullpen looks like this is the equivalent, I think, of the Mets bullpen in 2019, if you remember that bullpen.
Right. My goodness.
In 2008, also they had a dreadful bullpen. The Mets, I think they had 30 blown saves. So, yeah, I mean, this is one of the worst bullpens that we've seen in a long time in baseball. This is a bad one, and this was apparently supposed to be like the best bullpen in baseball. The last 5 years, it was supposed to be like a great bullpen, but it didn't prove anything this year. They don't get big outs in big spots. They never do. They never did in the playoffs. I never saw any of these guys ever get like big outs in the playoffs. Did you ever remember Chad Green gave up that grand slam to Francisco Lindor in the against the Indians? I never forget that home run. He tied a grand slam. I mean, this team chokes. This bullpen chokes.
Yeah, actually the amount of meltdowns that this bullpen has had are 4 runs or more. I mean, it's historical. The odds of meltdowns.
Very bad. The Astros one, I don't know. I can't really pick one that's the worst, but for me, I think it was the Houston Astros because we had a 7-2 lead in the 9th inning, and they just spit the bid. I mean, they gave up 5 runs in the 9th. To me, that was the loss that put them away, the Yankees, for the rest of the year. That's send them packing. I think that was they're not. This was bad too, a no hitter, and then they lose. But the Astros to me was and the Chapman loss with the Angels in Yankee Stadium and the rain delay. That was, oh my God, that was another one.
Yeah, the first game of the doubleheader. Yes, Farmer went to the second game of the doubleheader against the Mets. The Yankees won that game. He was sitting with Yankees Rangers for life, Haney, and the Yankees won the second game of the doubleheader. But that first game of the doubleheader, that was a meltdown too. And I mean, the meltdowns are coming like once every week.
Yeah, it's coming like hotcakes. It's just it never ends. It's just it's frequent. It's pretty bad to watch. I never saw a team like this hard to watch. Very hard to watch the Yankees. You can't there's only so much I could take. I don't really watch that many games anymore. I only watch I only watch them every now and then, but I watch them, and it's just even just to watch them for a few minutes, it's depressing.
Yeah, man.
Well, I am as a Yankees fanatic, and I also put things in perspective. And with everything that's happening in the world today, baseball is entertainment. And if you want to entertain it, then don't really watch it. Because I'm a crazy Yankees fan, that's what I do. I see the game. It's sad when they lose, but I keep things in perspective. How important is baseball really to all the other things that are happening in the world. So when I look at it that way, I just enjoy this entertainment, and I'm sad when they're not doing well, but I'll just enjoy what I can enjoy.
Yeah, if you remember in the 80s, the Yankees didn't have any fans at all. The stadiums were empty. I don't know why now they're not empty. They should be like they were in the 80s. They didn't draw any attendance. 80s, the Yankee Stadium was empty. If you go back to watch games, no fans would come to the stadium.
In the 1970s, if the Yankees drew 2 million people, they thought that was good. Their goal was to get over 2 million people. So I mean, the average size crowd in the 70s for a regular season game at Yankee Stadium was about 20 to 30,000. And that's pretty much what they average. Like the wings of the upper deck would always be empty. And then what happened in the 90s is they really took off with massive attendance, and they had attendances of over 4 million. And because in the 70s also, there was major urban decay taking place, and the Bronx was burning. There was a lot of buildings burning down, and major urban decay was happening, and George Steinbrenner was even threatening to move the team out of the Bronx.
Yeah, but the 80s, they were like abysmal because they had winning records in the 80s. It was just the division was tough, but the fans didn't care in the 80s. They just they didn't want to see a losing team. That's why I told a lot of people, when fans come out to support you when you win. They don't care about teams that lose. Look at the Marlins and the Orioles, the Kansas City Royals. Nobody even goes to those games. It's empty. So I mean, it goes to show you,
Especially.
The ex-farmer, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You're just letting Michael and I rest, huh?
Yeah, I'm listening, man. But yeah, Baltimore. The economy in Baltimore has gone down, so they're not gonna get much fans anyway. You know what I mean? Their whole neighborhood is bad. I mean,
Oh,
Baltimore
I
is
know that.
just so down.
Baltimore is a bit. Baltimore is
Yeah,
a dangerous place.
yeah,
But
they're not gonna have
what about
fans like
Detroit?
that.
What about like Minnesota? They don't even get any fans. And Pittsburgh Pirates, their fans. There's no fans that go to their games, and they're losing teams. So we're not used to this Yankee fans. We're a winning organization. We're not supposed to be this bad now. And then fans
The
don't go to
area,
the games.
the area where the Pirates play is actually rather nice. They have a beautiful view of downtown Pittsburgh across the Allegheny River. And they have it's just going across the river. It's a very beautiful little park where the Pittsburgh Pirates play. And it's right next door to Heinz Field where the Steelers play.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
see those things like Detroit, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. You know, those are all cities that the homeless rate is super high. You know what I mean? There's a lot of abandoned buildings and homes in those towns, and there's really not a lot of people in those areas. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna get a sold out crowd all the time, or maybe never. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, the people that live in the area don't even have money to go.
That has something to do with it. But I think if the team was good, it would be different.
Nah,
If your team is bad, nobody's going to support your team if it's bad.
even the team
any
is
team does that.
even in those areas. Even if the team is good, they're still not gonna get a lot of fans because people don't have the money to go to the games, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, the Phillies. I remember when the Phillies were good, they had fans.
Yeah, but not no more, man. The Phillies, Philadelphia is horrible, man. I mean, those streets are terrible. They got junkies walking around, looking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
especially Baltimore, yeah.
And
Chicago
Baltimore.
too. Chicago, I heard, is very bad. Like the south side of Chicago. Like
You know?
I think the White Sox were right near where the White Sox play. It's like really bad, but their team is great. They probably are drawing a lot of fans. Really.
See, Chicago.
When I go through Philadelphia and Baltimore on the Amtrak, Philadelphia and Baltimore run through very economically depressed areas. And Philadelphia and Baltimore look rather similar in the areas where the train passes through. You have the burned out and run down town row houses one after another, and Baltimore and Philadelphia look very similar architecturally in the area where the
yeah, they got those like row houses that are attached to each other.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad, man. Those areas. That's why in reality they don't have fans like that. You know, that's the main reason, man. New York, is gonna be that way soon because a lot of people don't have money to go to Yankee games. You know, that's the thing. So you know, sooner or later the Yankees are gonna. Well, if the Yankees keep going the way they're going, they're gonna end up just like them.
If they keep missing the playoffs every year, like if they miss it next year, then I think fans will come less and less.
Because who's gonna go to these games? You know, who's gonna go to these games?
Stop going now. I don't know why they're still selling out. I mean, they're not making it. I don't know what they're going watching games for.
So let's take it one day at a time. And tonight Montgomery is going, and Corey Montgomery has had 1 run scored for him when he's been in pitching over the past 5 starts.
Yeah, so hopefully he could continue to win, man. Or get
Adam Frazier got traded to the Padres, by the way. Adam Frazier, I think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, traded to the Padres, Adam Frazier.
Who the hell wants to go to the Yankees?
Once again sleep at the wheel.
Who wants to go to the Yankees now? Nobody, man. You know, because
the
they
only
know.
one I can think is Trevor Story. That's about it. I don't even know if that's going to go through because the Yankees, you know them with their prospects. They don't want to part ways with any of their prospects. Scherzer turned down the Yankees, so there goes that. Not surprised. Why would Scherzer want to come to this team? They suck.
Yeah, nobody wants to
play.
play.
By the way, the ex-farmer, when we see the Somerset Patriots, we'll be seeing Oswald Peralta because Peralta, you know, who's a big guy in bullpen, are both in Double-A right now, and they will be on the Patriots when they go to the game on August 4th.
Oh, nice. Hopefully they play that day.
Yes, exactly. So that'll be Anyway, you guys must have been on for a very long show today. I'm glad I was finally able to get through. I got delayed.
Yeah, man, we could definitely end the show here, man. We had a good show. It was a good talking today. Uh, we just got to come up with ways to figure out how this team could get better. You know what I mean? Because at this point in
They
time,
didn't even put the Yankee lineup out. I'm surprised.
it's not out. Yeah,
6:30 and no Yankee lineup. I don't get that. What's the delay with the lineup?
They probably ran out of pens out there or something like that. You know what I mean?
It's like they're so depressed now. I think the fact of the matter is the Yankees are so bad. It's like they don't even care about putting out the lineups anymore at this point.
No, right?
That's
They it's true, man. It's sad, man. I guess.
Aaron Judge comes back tonight. That's not going to do much, but.
Well, yeah, man. He's their best hitter. You know, so I guess he could do something. You know, and him and Scherzer. You know, they're the best hitters.
Yeah, they'll go back to hitting home runs. Yeah, I guess so, man. But it's just the same old thing with this team. Not getting my hopes up. And then this Friday's the deadline. We'll talk deadline this Friday. Whatever they do, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'll be doing my show on Friday with DX Palmer. I'll be on Friday with you guys. And then that Monday, we'll be seeing each other.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so
4 o'clock.
Yeah, so I'm gonna thank everybody for watching, and it's been a good show, man. We're gonna end it here, and catch everybody on the next one. But let's see if the Yankees do something, man. If they continue to lose today against Tampa, holy cow, forget about it. You know?
Oh yeah, that's it. They'll be really buried.
This is their only chance because Tampa Bay is #1 in the wild card. So if they could beat Tampa Bay, they will have some chances to at least still get in there, but they ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, that's their only hope now. The wild card, the division's already done. I mean, my prediction is they're not going to make it this year. I just think it's not happening this year. It's a fairy tale. If you think they're going to make it, it's just like, you know.
This is why, like in the beginning of the year,
put it that way.
This is why I was saying in the beginning of the year, I kept saying that you got to understand the Yankees can't go into a slump no more like the old Yankees did and come back, because now the playoffs start in April. You know what I mean? If you don't come out the gate strong, this is when you have this problem, you know, and you fall short. You know what I mean? So they have to play.
And they proved it.
Yeah, you can't play like the 1996 Yankees and think you're gonna lose 20 games in April and come back to win the World Series in September. It's not gonna happen. Not in today's game of play. Doesn't work like that no more.
And they don't have the same team. They have a different team and a horrible team. They're just not. They're not driven like that. They don't have the morale or anything.
You know, the way MLB is built now, basically any MLB team could beat you if they come to play.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's
That's
basically it, man. The Yankees don't come to play. They don't show up.
The Red Sox came out of nowhere. Nobody thought they were going to be good this year. They were supposed to be like a 4th place team.
And look, and they're in contention now. You see, but they're hitting, they're playing.
Yeah,
you know, Yankees ain't doing none of that. They're opposite. You know. So yeah, man.
They hit like crazy.
Yeah, man. So anyway, we're gonna end it here. Let me thank everybody for listening. Bryson and Yankee Highlights, Henry on the check-in, and all you guys. Thanks for listening. Hey, hit share, like, subscribe. Helps with the algorithm. It really does. But yeah, man. So we'll be back on Friday with the trade deadline news, and we'll be talking about that. Hopefully, the Yankees do something, which is not going to help, but we'll figure it out. But until then, thank you for listening and watching, and so long, everybody. See ya.